Howdy, YouTube. This is Serptonius. We're back at it. Um, just wanted to go over a quick little note, a little tip and tricks, I guess you could say. So the way that Empyrion handles its save games, every time that you exit the game, it'll actually create a save and it'll update the save that you started with. So that works most of the time, but there is the odd occurrence, especially in a early alpha that Imperium is technically under right now. That will corrupt the save, or the save won't work. I've only had it happen twice so far in all of my playthroughs. And all the time that I've been playing. So that's a really good number, but still, it does happen. So what I always like to do is create a backup right before I quit. So as you can see, I created a backup after episode 1, episode 2, and if you notice, these times are the same. So something happened, I don't remember exactly, but there was something that I had to do to recover that. So obviously it does happen, and this is the last backup that I did. We ended episode 4, and I did a little bit of work offline to get a few more resources and build a few items. So here is the episode. Here's the other one. So I'm just going to rename that so that we know exactly what it is. And that was in episode 4B. So that so that's a little indication to me on exactly what that is. So this was the actual end of the episode that we had, and then this is me doing a little bit of work. So we're gonna pick up on this one and load the game. Also, I guess I could have showed you if you want to change the difficulty of your game. That is also where you do that over on the far right. You can change the difficulty. You can turn it up. You can turn it down. You're good to go. So, L to turn the light back on so you can see what we're doing. And you can see. So I created the color and texture tool that I had been talking about last episode that I was going to make. I created some lights, some ammo, some doors, and I did get the gold coins from finishing off that last little mission to attack the handful of predators. So let's go ahead and here we go. And we're going to queue up the next Talon mission. Activate. Let's go. And that is locate a few spots on the mission. Or on the... So that's the purple guy over here. Wants me to run over and scout the legacy POI. So we're going to do that maybe later on in this mission, or this episode, but right now we're just going to continue with where we left off. F4 to bring up this guy, and then we want to connect in. Whoops, wrong one. We don't want to connect to him. We want to connect to this guy. And bring down our concrete blocks. We got 381. That's plenty for now. So I want to build out here. Well, it won't let me. So what you need to do is point at this and then hit N, and then we're going to connect to that base. So now whenever we place a block out here, it'll let us. And we want to place it right here. And pop, pop, pop. Pop, and I'm almost in the way. And then F4 so we can get the turrets on the go. And F5 so we can get up. T to, so you can hit tab twice, and that will bring up the radar on the top right, so you can keep track if there's any drones on the way. T to change back over, and we're gonna bring this up. Now, I don't want to do the cannon turrets, I want to do the minigun turrets. So just change over and to point it on the outside, and we're good to go. And F5, get back off. Now, the reason why I use the miniguns instead of the cannons, I think the cannons are more effective. However, the drones that come along, they're almost always the miniguns. So if you have the minigun drones, let me look at the height at which I picked. Okay, looking at the height. I like to keep everything the same height. So the minigun drones that will come along will drop the minigun ammo. So I always try to use that same ammo that the enemy's going to drop, because why not? So I'm going to... This thing is awfully bouncy. Again, we're going to come across, not that much. There, there, and there. And then again, we're going to convert, make sure that it's in the minigun. It is. And head off in that direction. F4 to get rid of that guy. Up. Is he going to leave me alone? He is right now. So let's go ahead and get out of his way. Okay. So again, just want to get these 4 corners placed. So when the drone attacks do start, we have some sort of protection. Eventually, I'm going to want to just have the right height. No, I want one higher. Okay. T again. You know, he is coming for me. Yep. Come on, get out. Man, that is bogus. Okay. Well, I guess I am also going to need to start building the medical equipment. Off to a embarrassing start already. And all that over. And he gave me junk loot. That's fantastic. Okay, so back to this. This guy. That's just great. Okay. F4, we are still locked. 5. Should have just killed that guy up last time when he started nosing around. Okay. And place this guy. Go around the outside. Just want to get these guys set up now. Until I place the ammo box, they're really not that useful. The guns will not fire until they have their ammo crate. Go 5T, and there we go. Now you notice I've got 4 more built. The plan is those are going to be, let's see, that's this guy. That's going to be at the top of the tower edge. Finish these off so they look a little nice. Have not seen any word for drone attack, so I'm not in a huge rush. I think last time I looked, it was greater than 10 days when the next attack is going to happen. So, not too worried about that. Click and drag so that you can build them up. Okay. Drag up. Anyway, so this just makes it a little nicer. Gives it a little bit better protection for it before it falls over. The blocks themselves provide support because it is a full 3x3 block that the gun sits on. Ground definitely comes up on this corner. I thought it was a little bit more level, but so so let's get the ammo box in there. I want to get that placed down. Place that up here. Actually, just right there will work fine. So, base, constructor out. There we go. We got 3,000 rounds. That's not going to last us forever. But that is a good starting point. I guess I can continue from up here. The other thing we've got nice is now that we've got that level with this deck, this is where we're going to place the other cannons. So I want it like so. Make sure that that's even. And then you can use the far corner to make sure that you've got it lined out. So these two, again, talked earlier, are going to want to place this out on this corner. Not really looking forward. I can do the whole upgrade piece, but we're not going to keep these long term. That's not the intention. So I'll just destroy the wood. If you go through the upgrade process, it will convert it from wood into concrete. I can go ahead and leave it like that. And place it down there. And then, again, right click, pick it up again to reset its orientation. Let's see. I said I wasn't going to do that. That's taking a long time. So point here. See, can we just make some concrete. Let's do 50. Let's see how long that's going to take. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, back here. Just because that is taking such a long time. Upgrade. So again, you see, it does need one cement, and it'll give back the wood plank. Let's see. I do want these 3 here. I'm not. I think I messed up in placing those, so I'm not going to leave those where they're at. Again, these need to be corner pieces, not the square. To bring that up, convert over to the rounds, and already in the right place. Perfect. Okay. One, two. Okay. So, here, T. We have these last 2 we want to place. Okay, so now we're really protected quite well. So next it comes up with the next part. Again, we want to just remove these guys. These you know, now that I think about it, I didn't need to do that. That's fun. I should have just upgraded those in place. Dagnabbit. Okay. So down here, what we want to do, just retrieve the blocks. That's probably going to be because we want to upgrade these 2. And then, yep, that's the one we want. Just want it spun differently. So here, here, and again, remember I mentioned that those sometimes a pain to figure out the orientation. I think that's it. Yes. That's it. Cool. So it's a little bit of an indent right there. And then we put the door. We want the door right. Put the door in this block here. So we're good to go. And this now is its own space. Do the same with the rest. So I'm keeping track of the ammo that we're using up on this guy. we are going to need to go and upgrade or get those Promethean pellets from that one mine that we found. So here, and then here, and this is just trying to make it look a little bit nicer than just a square cube. Which, while that works, that's kind of boring. Get that out. Again, need to not spend too much time in those blocks because they are next to the generator, which will get us overheated quite easily. It's going to be here. See right there, that triggered quite quickly. And then this guy. Is that the right way? Nope, that is not the right way. Yep, that is. And then the door we want in this space, right there. It's coming right along. Not taking too 168, so a little bit more charges left. That guy is already upgraded. Let's hold off on that until a little bit later. So that's that guy. That should be that one. That one. Cool. So all of those have been done and upgraded. Next thing we want to work on is these. So, gonna have see this. Yep. That's there. It's there. This has that same plan that you saw at the last bit. I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve these blocks. It's using up a lot of these charge. Guess we're gonna have to go and get that Promethean pack here before too long. Not gonna be able to wait indefinitely on that. Three. 3. Square block across the front. 1, 2, 3. before that sits too long, we're also going to need this guy. Oh, already in... Oop, 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 oop. Almost. So I need this guy with the... No. No, just him. I did mention that I was... always have trouble trying to get these guys seen. There we go. That's right. Perfect. Okay, pulling these out. And this will give us plenty of space in the in this first build area. No, that's not what I want. There we go. That guy. On this first planet, this this size base that I've got will work perfectly for us. Okay. Well. Like that. And that. I just find it amusing that I just can't quite wrap my head around how it is supposed to look. Without a lot of stumbling. Go. Luckily, just one left. Oh. Yep. Well, there we go. Always try to reset those blocks. 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Now you see that right here we've got this nice area. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we've got a nice 3x3 area, 3x3x3 that we can put in. The shield generators, the other large constructor from downstairs can come up here. We can add other container systems, so on and so forth. Comes out perfect with that. 1, 2, 5. We want to come up T, 2, 3. And you can kind of see how this is going to shape up. Corner guy. Here. This guy. This one. That one. We are going to use, right? Yes. This corner piece. Just kind of giving you a bit of a sneak peek on how the rest of this side is going to look. Corner piece. I just saw it. There it is. There. And again, to give it just a little bit more of a flare. And then that same curve bit that we have down there. Right to yeah. So there. Kind of gives you an idea of what I'm going for. Get this built. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. There, and these curve guys. That one. And then we want to go back to the square blocks. Across across the top, and I do need to bring up these as well. 2, 3. Coming right along, coming right along. Get 3 across here. Get the curve ramp. Across here. Over the top. 3. There. And then we're going to bring the elevator all the way to the top. Plenty of blocks left. 2, 3. We need to make the door area. And these fun guys again. Okay, I think that is going to fit there. It does. There. Another thing I need to keep in mind, because we are playing in survival, is got to keep an eye on the power situation so you don't run out of power for the fridge. Here. This guy comes across to here. And so this is a design that I've been working on, kind of playing with over the last couple of years. And I've got so this, as you've probably heard me, I'm counting to 3. So each one of these faces is a 3x3. I've got a similar design that I have done in offline single player that's based on 5 and 7. I think that's about as far as you can take this without it being silly. The 7x7 is a rather large structure, and I thought that for our early play on our beginner planet, this is more than enough. And the attacks so far have been very, very mild. Kind of disappointed. I was hoping to get more base attacks than what we've been receiving so far. Because it is a wonderful source of resources, those base attacks, and we just have not been getting them so far. So it is a little bit of a bummer. A lot of those the resources that you need for later building is just brought to you with those base attacks, and it's just haven't gotten them yet. Hopefully, with this base coming farther along like it is, that will eventually end. Let's just go ahead and put these in here. We already have. Whoops. Gonna have to take those out. That's not the right way. Retrieve blocks. We're down to 108. And we can go ahead and cap this guy off. Pop. Pop. And pop. There we go. We're coming right along. There. That's the corners. That's nice. Up. And there we are. That little corner bit in there, and we are pretty much done. That is the base as it stands now. Now, what I normally do is I move these solar panels up here to the highest rung and hang it off of there. Don't know if I'm going to do that just yet. We've got other stuff that we could be working on. And I did notice that one, this guy. Okay. Need some cement, so make, say 10 more. I do not remember how many of these that we need. So they're underneath there. That's going to be kind of a pain to get to. That guy, I'm done with these guys. Just enough. Upgrade there. And mainly want to get the ones that are likely going to be shot. Get those built up. What if I can get in through here? Nah, I'm gonna have to wait until that gets upgraded before I can get to those guys. Yeah, that's all done. Okay. So now we are out of that again. So this is 25 more. Just do 30. Don't want to go through this too much, but definitely want to get this upgraded. So, next thing, I guess, let's get the lights going. So you noticed in the last one, I went ahead and changed the fridge to the input. That goes along with the same building with the small constructor and the other constructor. This guy works the same way. Next, we want to go ahead and put in lights. So we want the grow light and the sensor lights. So the grow light goes exactly in the center of this room. So now anything that is placed in there, it will get it. Get that light and it'll grow. So we want light here, but we don't necessarily want that light to stay on all of the time. So with that, we put in a motion sensor. Other way around. So now let's do P. Let's auto group. And this is going to be grow area 1. Oops. Area 1. Go over to signal logic to grow area 1. Can I do spaces? I don't remember. Yes, I can. So I will do that. 1. And we're just going to change that to just transmit the signal. Now we're going to go to interactive setup, and so you can see the size of this. And we don't necessarily need it to go all the way outside of this room. So left control alt, I think it's 4. Yeah, there we go. And 6, that's the other one. And we want it to grow a little bit, so we're going to do left control 8, so it covers this area. We don't need to go in, do not need to go into that other area, so we're going to do left control 2 to bring it down, and then left control 5 to bring it up, because this area is going to be covered by the grow plots eventually. So we're going to come into this guy. We're in his escape, sorry. To get out of that, P, and we're going to do grow area 1 to its name. I like to keep the intensity at 1, but the range all the way up. And I found that this light color is actually much nicer. It lights up the area without being too overpowering. Then we're going to go to the, again, click P to select that particular item, and then we're going to have it follow the grow area. So now it's off, and we come in, and it should, you can see around the outside that then goes off. I'm gonna, next thing we're gonna do is to the, oh, another thing I did here is I created a overarching control for the constructor. You can see my power left is 6.5 hours, and when I turn it on, it drops down to 419. So if I'm not using the constructors, I like to have them all turned off, and it's easy to do from this one area. And next I'm going to turn one for the grow light, and then we can go again to devices, grow light. We can connect that to that one link, and again, so we've got 655, turn it on, it goes to 632. So that's nice. So that guy is off. You can see that room light comes on and goes off as we step out of it. So I will do the same for the other ones off camera. You catch the gist of that. And here I'm going to put the light, where can we put the light? I like this guy on the ground. We'll put him here, and so that will light the central area, and I'll have a sensor somewhere up there, maybe even right there, or there, so that it will light the central area, and then that will turn on and off this guy. The whole point of that is so that we're not using any resources other than what we have to. Again, so the light's 6.5 hours. If we turn them all off or on, 6:26, and it actually goes 6 and 60 minutes. So that's kind of funny. But you get the idea. To have these lights turn on and off as you move around the base, and not lighting an area that you don't need to have lit, will save on energy. I think the last thing we're going to do is give you a preview of what I'm going to do with the texture tool. So another tips and tricks that I found is that if I do the entire block in a texture and color that I'm not going to use, let's do this one, right, and then do the entire block, I'm not going to have it stay that color. Area. Okay, we've got this, and now I'm going to switch to my final color with the right click. If you click left, it closes it. So if you just right click, it'll select it, and then I'm going to select my final step. I'm going to turn off the whole block mode and just paint these. And so that will just paint the face. It's going to stay there. And then up here. And then I'm going to change this over. And then we're going to come in like this on these. And that was this guy. And so the main point for painting that beginning color is so that because none of the end state is that color, if you see anything with that color, it's an easy indicator that a block has been lost and need to come in and do something with that block. This guy will get this. Didn't paint the other sides of him, so I'm not going to finish it. So there you go. You kind of get an idea on how that's going to look. And I generally use this brown for all of the machinery. I think that it's a nice offset color. And again, come into these, turn it on here. This guy. And again, so if you see that this color, then you know something's wrong. Turn off that guy and this. There, and then for the top, I generally do this little grid, so like it's like a safety for walking around. a non-skip surface. And there. And then I will just continue that all the way around, but you get the idea on how that's going to look. And then next, probably off camera, I will. So I will finish painting this up. I'll get the last bit of the elevators made, and then I will move the solar panels up to the top. And then next episode, I think we will go chase down those unknown artifacts, and then so also that's right here. We've got the same non-skip, non-slip pattern that I'll put in, and we'll be good to go. Okay, and that will take care of that. Just a little bit of here and there. Get this stuff painted. We will. Can't paint him. Paint that. So next episode, we will chase down those unknown artifacts. Get a little bit farther going in the Talon quest tree. Done quite a bit of building in this episode. So next episode. Mix it up with a little bit of action, but you get an idea on how this is going to look. Whenever we come back, I'll show it to you completed, and we'll be good to go. And you guys have yourself a great day, and take it easy, YouTube.